he was there at the launch of our new kit, okay? which tells me, which tells me, which tells me that he's going to be the next season as well. The season is done and dusted, but the content doesn't stop here. Menace and the Monk. Hey everyone, I'm joined by Chetan as well. Chetan, thank you so much for being part of this little podcast that we're doing. And it is going to be all about the departures, the players leaving the club. We'll talk about the players that we feel might leave the club, certain players who might decide to move on because of lack of playing time, and the players that we can cash on as well. Chetan, let's get started. Do you think we're going to have a large exodus of players leaving? Is it going to be like quite a few players leaving the club?
So when I look at the team, I feel a lot of players need to leave, but then again, the bench strength is not that big. So I feel if we let go of say 7 players, then we need at least 7 coming in, which I don't think would happen because every club wants to upgrade. So if you sell a player for 5 million, can you buy a player for 20 million? Like for like, that's not going to happen. So I don't think the exodus is going to be as big as we would ideally like to be.
Yeah. Nidhi, we usually, in the transfer market, Nidhi, we usually replace. We never strengthen, like Chetan is saying. Like if you see under Jurgen Klopp, we only get players because we've sold players. We never buy players because we want to build a good squad. We always sell to buy.
I mean, look, the point is that the biggest one, the biggest name here being Gini Wijnaldum, and I think he will leave for sure. But you're right. I don't see us buying even a replacement for Gini Wijnaldum. We will probably have, someone from the academy replace him, or Curtis Jones stepping up, or him finding his way slowly into the team. Those kind of things. You're right. We don't replace. We don't strengthen. We replace, and that too not even a lot of times not even from the transfer market.
Yeah, so I mean, but it's going to be very interesting because after winning the Champions League, we've not spent, the net spend has not been that much. So maybe there has been a lot of talk. Maybe this is the transfer window where FSG decides to spend a bit of money. So Chetan, let's start off with our centre backs as well. Do you think Matip, Kabak, Kabak, we've signed on loan, but will we let him go? Will we let Matip go? Is there going to be anyone in a back four who's leaving?
I mean, I would find it very surprising if we let Matip go, given the fact that, he's already so well settled in the team, so used to the Klopp system of playing. And Joe Gomez and Virgil van Dijk coming back. And, Virgil already said it's his comeback season. We can't expect them to play every match.
Chetan, what about Nat Phillips? Because he's been so good for us in the absence of all our centre backs. And he deserves to start games. Now, he's shown it at the Premier League level. Some might say even at the Champions League level. So do you think he has a future at the club?
Absolutely. I would hate Nat Phillips to go, given what all he has done this season. And I definitely see him starting in FA Cup, in probably Champions League when we've qualified for the next round. So in the group stages. And also, I think in the Premier League matches where, Virgil or Joe Gomez need to be subbed off in the late minutes. Hopefully, there would be 5 subs this year. And if that's the case, I think we really need Nat Phillips, right?
I want to ask you guys this one question. Now, Nat Phillips has been amazing this season. Last season, the season just got over. Look, he was amazing, but he has very obvious limitations in his game. He's 24 years old, right?
What are the limitations to this?
For example, he's not exactly the fastest. He's not exactly a ball-playing defender. right? Those are the limitations in which when we usually play with Virgil van Dijk, we ideally want someone who's very good on the ball, who intercepts situations rather than, putting in a last minute tackle. Or not saying that, Nat Phillips is bad or anything, but when you compare him with the likes of Virgil van Dijk or Matip or Gomez, he's not that kind of a player. He's a very old school English defender. He's into that mold, right?
Yeah.
Now with these players coming back, Nat Phillips is probably going to be, and if we sign Konate as well, Nat Phillips is probably going to be, fourth or fifth choice. Do you think he'll accept that role? First of all, he'll say, "Boss, you know what? I've just had a bumper season in the Premier League. If you can't guarantee me starts, let me go to another club, like maybe an English or whatever."
I think he's gonna leave.
Yes,
like, I want him to stay. I want him to stay. No doubt. Like Chetan was saying, I want him to be around, and I would give him a clean slate. I would say Van Dijk is fit to start the season. I would start Van Dijk and bloody Nat Phillips, but nahi hoga. And especially if we sign Konate, like you're mentioning, I think two centre backs will leave. Okay. Kabak / Phillips / Ben Davis / Matip.
Ben
Davis को तो हम भूल ही गए, right? So I think two centre backs personally will leave based on who we sign. If we sign Kabak and Konate, then for sure Ben Davis and Matip are leaving, if you ask me. Because in this conversation, boys, we're forgetting someone who's raised his game in the last 1 month, Reece Williams.
But he's also slow, right?
Reece Williams. No, but Reece Williams is okay to be a fifth choice centre back for Liverpool. Like, वैसे मैं बोल रहा हूँ.
Personally, I think. Sorry, go on, Chetan.
Sorry. So I don't want to, stretch this too much on Nat Phillips alone. We have other players to discuss. But, last year his deal with Swansea fell through. So for him to play in Champions League and in Premier League, and the alternative is to play in the Championship. So I hope Nat Phillips would chose to stay on, and so would Liverpool.
Swansea,
but now Nidhi, like, but now Nidhi, like someone like an Arsenal, I'm thinking of West Ham or Leeds, even might think about signing Nat Phillips. Man, they'll be like, hey, bro, he's such a good player. Like, if he gets a Premier League club, why should
did you just club Arsenal and West Ham like together? Our Arsenal watching public will not be very happy with this.
I mean, West Ham and Leeds are way better than Arsenal now. I agree, but yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. I think एक या दो जा सकते based if we sign Kabak and Konate. Let's move on to the midfield.
The elephant in the room, or rather midfield, Gini Wijnaldum. Chetan, what do you think? Like, he's most likely leaving, right? There is no way that Gini Wijnaldum now has a change of heart and he says, "Oh, I want to stay." What are your thoughts about that? We do have a video. If you want to watch that, just click the above link. But Chetan, what are your thoughts on Gini Wijnaldum?
I think purely as a passionate supporter, I think for a lot of us, we stopped thinking Gini Wijnaldum is a player when we signed Thiago. For us, Thiago was Gini's replacement. And now that Thiago is playing flowing football, he's got Fabinho, Henderson would be back, and hopefully we will not sell Shaqiri. So given all that, I think it's okay for Gini to move on.
शकीरी पे तो हम बात करेंगे शकीरी के बारे में, but यार, I personally feel Gini's loss is a huge loss.
Yeah,
people are so shallow, so short-sighted, saying that like Chetan said, जब Thiago आया तो you forgot your friend जो अच्छा खासा दोस्त था इतने सालों से, जो सब कुछ कर रहा था तुम्हारे लिए. Gini Wijnaldum, think about it, boys. Like, Henderson gets injured, Milner has his knocks. Naby Keita खेले तो खेले, Fabinho पीछे खेल रहा था, Cortes is is emerging, Ox gets injured. This guy plays every game. He knows our system. Sure, he's not flamboyant, but you can't outpress Gini Wijnaldum. He can go he can ride a BMW at juice signal and make sure एक signal में निकल जाए वो निधि तू रहा है मुंबई में like he
That
is
is
that
going to be-
effective.
Yeah, that is
He
going
is
to be
that
amazing.
effective.
Yeah, I think a lot
I
of
think
people are going to hate us for saying this, but Genie plays the role that he's been assigned by Klopp to a T.
Yeah.
You know,
exactly.
Klopp doesn't want him to be flamboyant. Klopp wants him to play that role, which he does, of pressing, and he leaves the other roles to people. He doesn't want to go ahead and score and, you know, expose the centre backs. So Genie does play his role to a T. So, yeah.
Chetan.
Sorry,
Sorry, Nidhi, bol.
No, I was going to ask about Navigator since we
same question. Pooch le Chetan ko.
Yes, because Navigator did come up. Now, and by the way, we've done a video on Navigator as well. Click the link above. Manas, I'm not even going to make two bones about it. What price are you guys thinking if we get that much? That's a good price for Navigator, because according to me, he has to move on now.
He was there at the launch of our new kit, okay? Which tells me that he's going to be the next season as well. Okay. Which tells me that. I could be wrong. See, I don't see us spending too much on a midfielder. And if we do, it will be to probably replace Gini Wijnaldum. So to replace Naby Keita as well, it'll be too much work in a transfer window, considering there is African Cup of Nations, Euros, Copa America and everything. It will be too complicated. I don't see Naby leaving. I understand why you think he should leave, and I have that sentiment as well. Chetan, do you think it's time for Naby to leave?
Yeah, I don't think he's doing anything on the bench also. We can't call him up when people are injured because he himself is on the injured list. So yeah, for me, I think if we can get a good price, anything upwards of 15 million, we need to let Naby Keita go.
I don't think there's any way, Nidhi, in 15 million we'll let Naby go, right?
Look, the thing is, it's got nothing to do with his ability either. He's a fantastic player. We've also always maintained that. But the point is that, it's very clear that it's not working out here. That's plain to see. And, without talking too much about Naby Keita, Manas, we have another player in midfield, Oxlade-Chamberlain. What do you think about him? What do we do with him?
Oxlade-Chamberlain, unfortunately, will be a guy that if I was the owner of Liverpool, I would proactively be looking to sell and try to make some money. Because, like, I'm not saying because he's I'm not saying because he's bad or anything. He's just too injury prone. He's English. He's kind of young. And I think we can cash on him is my only thing. If everyone is fit, will Oxlade start games? No. If your midfield is fit, Oxlade won't play in the midfield. If your front three are fit, Oxlade won't start. So if we get a bid, we signed him for 35-40 million. If we get a decent bid, which enables us to get someone in the front three or in the midfield, I see us selling Oxlade-Chamberlain. In an ideal world, obviously we would keep him, build a squad which is very strong, but FSG is not providing us an ideal world by any stretch of the imagination. So I feel we will sell Chamberlain. Chetan?
Yeah, I think out of the three we've discussed, two will definitely go, and Genie is definitely going. So out of Keita and Ox, one of them would go. And as Manas said, I was also surprised to see Keita in the new kit launch. So I think probably Keita is staying on, and we might see Ox going out this year.
Yeah, because Nidhi, usually Chamberlain is the one who is the conductor of the entire ceremony of the new kits and everything. Is there Van Dijk, Nidhi?
He's also. When you have someone like Van Dijk, you would rather have him, pose in your new kit.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what about Milner, Manas? Chetan, what about Milner? Do you think
Milner has to stay on.
I agree. I agree. We
Yeah.
cannot afford Milner leave the club. Manas,
Chetan, why do you think Milner should stay on though?
Milner is like, as you said about Genie, he's Klopp's man Friday. He can play any position. He can play centre back. He can do goal line clearances. He can score goals. He can take penalties. So he's just everywhere. He's the fittest guy, probably in the squad. We see that in the preseason, all the statistics coming up. So I don't think we can afford to lose Milner.
Mr. Lactate Test.
Yeah.
Yeah. Milner has to stay. Like
Agreed.
Milner is like what Suresh Raina was to Greg Chappell. He has to be in the squad. But in all honesty, Milner is just remarkable. Yeah. I mean, Nidhi, we have to keep Milner.
We cannot
Simple as
afford.
that.
We cannot afford losing James Milner, man. Come on.
But let's address another elephant in the room, Shaqiri. Okay. See, the issue previously was he was not fit enough at times. He used to be injured. But this season, I think he has had his injury worries. But he has been on the bench quite a lot. But he can't get bloody minutes only, dude. So, Chetan, I think Shaqiri himself would want to leave now.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan, it becomes very difficult because, he's a fan favorite. We all love Shaqiri. We all love the impact he creates in the few minutes he gets. But I think from Shaqiri's perspective, he would definitely want to move on.
Nidhi?
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to it here. Honestly speaking, like Chetan said, like we all love Shaqiri, but he's youngish. I mean, he's not into that old players bracket yet. He would want to move on. He would want to wo bolega na ki, I want to move on and I want to at least play 10 to 15 games a season. यहाँ पे तो उसको कुछ नहीं मिलता. I mean, even when he's brought on as a sub, he gets like 5 minutes. So, I mean, he will want to move on. Honestly speaking.
Yeah, I think the signing of Jota has also ensured that he doesn't start many more games. Chetan, what do you think is a good price tag for Xherdan Shaqiri?
I have no clue on this. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, even I think about it, Nidhi, because how do you set a price tag for Shaqiri? You can't set a price tag for one game against Barcelona.
No, you cannot. I mean,
that was his.
Yeah, I mean, we got him for 12 million. I think that the current situation and the fact that from where we signed him, some time has passed, so he's gotten older. I think if we get 3 to 4, 5 million is the max that we are going to get for Shaqiri.
Are you serious?
Yeah, who will pay? Please tell me. I mean, who will pay like 10, 12 million for Xherdan Shaqiri right now? I mean, the top clubs wouldn't buy him. He would probably go to for the kind of player he is, maybe Leeds or something. They won't pay a huge sum of money. Yeah.
I think we can get double digits easy for Shaqiri. Easy. I mean, but I can understand he's not playing too many games. But yeah, Shaqiri, I think, is someone who's going to leave. So for me, at the moment, 2 centre backs are going to leave.
Yeah.
Genie, Oxlade, 4, Shaqiri, 5. I think we are going to sell. Let's get more into the front line. Yes, Nidhi.
We are forgetting one very important guy, the European legend, Divock Origi. What about Divock Origi?
Listen, I love Origi.
Who doesn't?
Chetan, is it time to go for Divock?
Yeah, I mean, people hate to hear James Pearce's name, but I think James Pearce has gone on record and said that Origi is going to move on this year. So, yeah, and Origi has stopped coming in the final minutes, I think, for us now. So, even from a team perspective, Origi stopped contributing what he was doing one season back. And I would love to see Origi in another club, scoring goals, starting, because I think Origi is a wonderful striker.
Agreed. I mean,
Origi is one of those guys, Nidhi, that we want him to play regular football.
Yeah, I mean, look, yeah, he's had a bad season like a lot of other players, but look, he's in the prime of his career age-wise, and he would want to move on as well. I honestly thought that after the Premier League win, the way he was standing at the stands and everything, it was a goodbye. I honestly thought we would sell him in this season, but next season for sure. And how much do you think we can get for him, Chetan? For Divock Origi, what do you think is a good price?
I think 10 million is good enough.
Manas?
Yeah, I think 10 is good enough, but we'll sneak in 2025. we will do it. We will be able to sell it. We'll say that he's a Premier League winner, Champions League winner. Barca will sell. We'll sell the Champions League final goal. We'll sell all the late goals. Everton, Newcastle, Villa. We'll sell it. Michael Edwards is a legend. He's a living legend. He will ensure that we get at least 20 million for Divock Origi. And bro, listen, he deserves it. Like Divock is one of my favorite cult heroes. I'm not saying player,
yeah.
but Divock is a cult hero. Like when you see Divock Origi, you smile. You remember the good times rather than the bad times. I think Divock Origi will get us the money. By the way, he's joining us from Tokyo. And Minamino is obviously our Japanese import, the first Asian to play for Liverpool. Chetan, can you give us what the Japanese people think about Minamino at Liverpool, first of all?
I've spoken to a few people here, and they are disappointed the way Liverpool has handled Minamino. I mean, sending him out on loan to a lower rung team wasn't a happy scenario for them. So I'm pretty sure Minamino is not going to be sold. He's going to be back, and he's going to get more minutes with the fact that Origi is going to be gone. So he's going to come on as an impact player for us more often.
Didi, तेको क्या लगता है Minamino will stay or go?
Yeah, I honestly, you know what? I think that the way, like you mentioned at the start of the video, we will not have so many outgoings purely because of the fact that FSG is as a club, we replace, we don't strengthen. So with Shaqiri leaving, with Origi perhaps leaving, I don't think we'll sell Minamino as well, right? Because we can't. I mean, we won't sign 3 players overall. Forget 3 players in the front, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think he should be sold either because you know what, he's done well at Southampton. At Liverpool, he's yet to get a fair chance. So, he's a good player. I don't know if he's going to be a good player for Liverpool, but I don't think Minamino should be sold. Manas, teko kya lagta hai?
Yeah, I agree. He's not been given a fair shot at the club. And before we signed him, we saw how good he was. Yeah. So Minamino has to stay. We have to show faith. If we can show faith in Naby Keita, तो Minamino क्या है? Like मैं तो ये सोचता हूँ. Like Minamino ने क्या उखाड़ा है? अगर Naby Keita को आप 3 साल दे सकते हो. Chetan, you think it's a very hypothetical scenario. Hypothetical. अपने front 3 में से anyone will leave?
I think that's the big elephant in the room. And not Gini Wijnaldum. So मुझे लगता है हो सकता है we would, if we are going to go after one of the big ones, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा who, but yesterday it's been out that Mane Dortmund is looking out for Mane, right? So Mane or Salah, I don't think Firmino would move on. Although people at the Athletic have said they want Firmino to move on, but I think Mane or Salah could be sold off at a good price to get one of the big strikers in.
I think it will be suicidal if we let go of Mo Salah, Nidhi.
Yes. We cannot, and I cannot emphasize more on the cannot. We cannot let Mo Salah go. Forget his goals. He contributes a lot. You have to understand that even from a business point of view, as a player, and I'm purely talking business now. I mean, there has been enough said about Mo Salah as a player. He's an absolute, supernova as a player, no doubt. But even as a business asset, he opens up that entire Middle East and Africa to you, right? As a player. from a business point of view. And, without getting too much into business, we cannot, I agree with you. Suicidal is the word. We cannot let Mo Salah go. I'll be very cross if that thought is even entertained. Honest,
I think the fans will start revolting. Yeah. Like if Mo Salah is sold, and I'll be one of them. Like, I'll be like, what the hell is happening, dude? Like, how can you let the best player go for someone new? I think Mo Salah will not leave. Roberto Firmino will stay. I want him to stay as well. I want Mane to stay as well. But if we have to cash in to buy a big name, jiska naam hum bhi nahi lenge, because we don't want to jinx it. If we have to let go of someone to buy someone big, someone has to be sacrificed in our philosophy under FSG. And unfortunately, that will be Sadio Mane. But I will not include him in my list of players who are leaving. So my final list of players, 2 centre-backs, Gini Wijnaldum, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Shaqiri, Origi. 6 players leaving for me. If you guys can summarize as well, who wants to start?
Chetan will start with you.
Okay, so I think I expect less than 6 because of 2 macro factors. One is the Redbird investment coming into FSG. Yeah. I think it's been announced that some of that money would be available for Klopp to buy players. So he doesn't need to sell to buy. And the second is with the pandemic, with the revenues going down for clubs, there won't be as much money available as we want. So we don't want to sell our players at a deep discount. So that would again keep us from selling off, I think, as many as we think.
Maybe?
I think Nat Phillips will move on because of him wanting to move on. I also think that Gini definitely is leaving. I would rather sell Keita than Oxlade, because I think we can get a slightly higher price for Keita because of that continental image. Those are how many? I think 2 centre backs, Matt, and one more. I think Kabak again. I think we won't finalize his loan deal. Shaqiri and Origi. So I think 5 players will leave.
So 2v6 bol raha hai. Because Gini is leaving. Gini, we are assuming, everyone's assuming. Yeah. So 5-6 we are assuming to jayenge.
Agreed. I really hope not Sadio Mane, because I would hate to see Sadio Mane go. Rather get someone. I mean, we've earned it here. Klopp has earned enough to get a player signed without letting another superstar go. I mean, he's earned it.
Yeah. Which one last question, boys? Which departure will hurt the most emotionally? I think team-wise, I think we will all maybe reach to a consensus. I feel Gini leaving is,
agreed,
in the midst of all of this, the biggest loss team-wise. Agreed. I don't know whether you agree. Merely, but emotionally, mere liye, Origi leaving will be very. It's like a friend leaving your city to go, live a better life somewhere else. Chetan, for you, emotionally and team-wise?
Team-wise, definitely Gini, because he's starting every match. He's making big contribution even now. But emotionally, Shaqiri and Origi both.
Nidhi?
Same, team-wise, it has to be Gini, and emotion-wise, for me personally, Shaqiri. I mean, but these players, for their sake, for the club's sake, they have to move on. Look, everything is a cycle. Everything has a life. And I think these people, their time has come to an end.
And the time has come for us to also stop this video. Yes. Because our Zoom call remaining time is also coming to an end. Chetan, Thank you so much, brother. It was a lot of fun. I hope you had fun, Chetan.
I did, I enjoyed. I thought I was too nervous. Could have been better. So.
Chill. Nidhi, thank you so much. This was Menace and the Monk. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. It is the silly season. Players are going to leave. Players are going to join. The next few months are going to be really exciting. And in general, life under that man is always very exciting. Destiny still arrives. This was Menace in the Monk. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.